Hello everyone, I'm so excited, so glad you can join us today. Right now I just wanted to share with you some of the products that I like to buy. And I know everybody's going to be a little different on what you want to buy, what's interesting to you, but these are some of the things that I like for my family. And I want to explain something right at the beginning though. I buy in huge amounts of bulk because we have 9 people we're feeding in our family. So please understand that if you see a giant thing that I have bought, that's not the only size Azure sells. Azure sells smaller sizes as well. So if the big bulk in these items doesn't work for you, be sure and get the smaller item. Okay, so some of the things that I like to buy. Just to really start with, this here is my wheat flour. I buy the wheat flour in the 50-pound bags from Azure Standard. I buy wheat flour, white flour, rolled oats, all those in the great big bulk. And love the quality I can get on them. A lot of them are organic. If they're not organic, they're at least no GMO, no chemicals added, that sort of thing, which is excellent. And I also love the price. You know, it's something that I can afford for my large family to buy huge amounts of, and it's not going to kill the bank. So that's one thing that we really buy a lot of. And another thing, I guess all my spices, herbs, that sort of thing will all come from Azure Standard. Right here I have the garlic granules, the 1 pound of garlic, and over here I have a pound of the onions, minced onion. And so these are staple items in my kitchen. I can't live without them, so we do a lot of that. Another thing, the salt and pepper. I buy all my salt and pepper from Azure, and especially my salt. That's one thing that I really, really appreciate about Azure. They have the Celtic sea salt. We use a lot of that in, say, soups, roast, that sort of thing. We'll have the Celtic sea salt. And that's really important and vital because it gives us a lot of nutrients that we are oftentimes we're missing. We don't have those minerals in our bodies a lot of times, so this Celtic sea salt will give it to us and keep us healthy through these long winter months. The other kind of salt that I buy, because the Celtic sea salt is kind of coarse and doesn't really work well on the table, I buy the Himalayan pink salt from Azure, and we just keep that on the table to salt our foods and stuff. It doesn't have quite as many health benefits as far as keeping someone healthy and not sick as the Celtic sea salt has, but it's an excellent substitute for the sea salt instead. So we do a lot of that. A lot of our dry bulk goods comes from Azure. So we've got like ground coconut, shredded coconut here that's organic. I got this a while ago. It'll last us quite a while, and it's such an excellent quality. All of my nuts and seeds, that sort of thing, all come from Azure. I have the cashew pieces here. They have a large selection of different kinds of nuts and seeds that I like to purchase. Oftentimes, like dry things like raisins or dried apples or peaches, those will also come from Azure Standard. Over here, my family goes through a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, as you can imagine, with 7 little kids. So we have a lot of that. So I buy peanut butter in the huge bulk of a gallon, and this gallon here doesn't even quite last us a month. Almost, but we can't stretch it to a month. So I buy one of these every month, and then more too sometimes. But this is by far my absolute favorite kind of peanut butter I have ever found. It is just peanuts. It's CB's nuts. You'll need to look it up on Azure Standard, and they do have it in smaller, not the whole gallon size. But CB's nuts peanut butter, it's all it is fresh roasted USA grown USDA organic peanuts. That's all it is. So you would expect, with it just being peanuts, that the oil would separate out from the actual peanut butter. But this peanut butter, this is the only brand I've found with only peanuts in it, that it doesn't separate out. There's no separation. They've discovered a new method of grinding and how they grind the peanuts so that the oil doesn't separate. And it's just incredible to me, and I love it. I love not having to stir. It saves me a lot of time and frustration, and any of that I can save is worth a lot to me. So I really appreciate the CB's Nuts peanut butter. Also the jelly. You know, I don't like to feed my kids all these sugar-laden jellies, and I was so thankful to find Crofter's organic jelly. It's actually organic fruit spread is what it's called on Azure Standard. Crofter's is just fruit. At least most of them are. They do have a few jellies that are delicious beyond belief, but they have sugar in them. A little bit anyway. But like this one, the blueberry jam here, has absolutely no sugar. We've got grape juice, blueberries, apple pectin, and ascorbic acid, and that's it. And so that's something that I can give to my kids and feel like they're staying healthy. And I just love that, not having to give them the sugar, but giving them the nice treat with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is a new thing that I have found from Azure that I have fallen in love with. I've only bought one case of it so far. It's on my order for next month and probably will be for the next and the next. Safe Catch Wild Tuna Steak. I usually didn't buy tuna. Tuna was not high on my list. I didn't really like canned tuna. It was kind of nasty. But then I found out about the Safe Catch and how they made their tuna, how they processed it, and found out that every single fish is tested for mercury to see if there's any mercury in it. All the fish are wild caught. They only can the fish one time, only process it once, whereas most tuna companies will actually process their fish multiple times over before you actually get it in the store. So I tried out the Safe Catch this last month, and our family adores it. So we're going to be ordering this a bunch more, and I'm really happy with it. Lastly, oh no, it's not lastly. I'm going to go to the refrigerated items, and there's one item I actually can't show you, but I really, really, really like it. It's the Sierra Nevada cheese, and I'll post a picture or a link to Azure for that cheese later on. They have a large variety of different kinds of cheese, but the Sierra Nevada brand is amazing cheese. It's really, really great, and so we get a lot of that one when we order cheese. Then this refrigerated product, Strauss Organic Yogurt. We get plenty of the Strauss yogurt. Our family really enjoys it. It's a very good creamy yogurt that gives us all the nutrients we need and is fresh and healthy. So anyway, that's just kind of where we're at, and a few of the items we buy. We obviously get a whole bunch more, but this here is about wraps up the most essentials for my family. Thank you very much.